Hey, good afternoon, FBC Salinas. This is another edition of your midweek refresher video. I certainly hope you're doing well, especially in light of all the chaos that continues erupting around us. We know that God is still with us, that He's walking us through these days, and I will address that issue here in a few moments after I go through a number of announcements with you. First announcement is this: is that tomorrow night we will restart or relaunch our Long Look at Luke series. It starts at 6 o'clock. It'll go to about 7:30. Tomorrow night we'll be talking about Judas, and we will also be talking about the Lord's Supper and all those different things that were happening as Jesus' life was drawing to an end. So I invite you to be a part of that. If you haven't in the past, please join us. It'll be at 6 o'clock. I will send out the Zoom room ID, and we'll look forward to dissecting a little bit more of Luke as we go through this long look at Luke. So that's the first announcement. Second announcement is this: I want to continue to encourage you to attend our spiritual formation class at 9 a.m. on Sunday mornings. So walking through the book of Ruth right now, having a great experience with that. The Zoom room ID will go out Sunday morning, so you can go to that and attend the class. It'll be a good thing there. One thing that we're changing is our online service, which has been at 10:45. That online interactive service has been at 10:45 the past number of Sundays. This Sunday, beginning this Sunday, we're moving that service from 10:45 to 5 p.m. in the afternoon. I understand some of you have participated in the past and said, wow, there's a whole lot going on here. But what I've noticed over the course of the last number of weeks is that it's become much more streamlined. The conversation has been much more fruitful, and the worship has been much more fruitful. And so I invite you to join us at the online church, which is fbcsalinas.online.church at 5 p.m. this Sunday afternoon. And we will begin, that will be going on for who knows how long, but 5 o'clock on Sunday afternoons for that service there. Next thing is this: you'll notice that I did not mention the FBC Salinas virtual lobby that we've been doing the last number of weeks. There's a reason for that. It's because we are going to regather as a church this Sunday at 10:30. Yes, you heard me correctly. Elders and I met last night, and they said, let's get rolling on this regathering. And I'm very excited to see you, many of you, and I want you to know this: if you are uncomfortable coming to gather with us, please, I understand, and there is no shame in saying, I'm not ready to come back yet. I understand that. That's why we will offer the online service, not only at 5 o'clock, but you also have the convenience of watching it whenever you'd like and worshiping whenever you'd like. But please, if you're uncomfortable, please don't come. That's okay. There's no shame in not coming. We understand that. The other thing is, if you're feeling the least bit sick, please do not show up. We are going to be abiding by all these CDC guidelines as well as county health guidelines, because we want to continue to be able to do this. So if you're feeling sick, please don't show up. And now I need to get to some specifics, and there'll be more specifics that I'll put in an email to you as well as on our Facebook page. But some of the big specifics are this. The first thing I want to let you know is this: if you think that this is going to be a hug fest and, oh, we're so glad to see one another, yes, we're glad to see each other, but there's going to be no hugging going on. We are going to be socially distanced. We are going to be doing all that we can, and you're going to need to wear a mask. And the other thing is this, is that we're doing this outside. So we're gathering at 10:30 on Sunday. And we know this, that it's sunny outside, at least today it was. So wear sunscreen, dress appropriately, let me just say it that way. You're going to need to bring lawn chairs and things like that to be comfortable. But please know that it's going to be a different type of experience, because we're not going to be able to touch one another. We're not going to be able to hug and shake hands and things like that. Please, please, please know that. And the other thing is this, and this is a very odd thing that I never thought in all my years of ministry that I'd be saying this: you will need to sign a release form. COVID has upside downed everything around us. As a matter of fact, Adam Porter the other day went and got a haircut, and he had to sign a release form as he went into the barber shop. And so I want you to realize that you're going to need to sign a release form. And I know that sounds odd, but at the same time, you're going to need to do that. and you're going to need to bring a pen with you. If you're going to take notes at the service, you're going to need to bring your own notebook paper, your own journal, or whatever, because we're not going to be handing out any paper to you at all. There will be no bulletin, there will be no song sheets, and we'll have links that you can click on your phone that will open up the song for you, and we'll go over that on Sunday morning, but this is going to be, as much as we can, a contactless experience. And so I want to invite you to be there for that at 10:30 on Sunday, and I will put more specifics on there. The big ones are bring a mask, bring communion elements, the bread and the juice or whatever you're going to use there. Those, you need to bring those as well. So we appreciate that. A couple other things just to let you know is that same household to be sitting together, but we will be distanced, we'll be socially distanced. And this could be a somewhat of a bumpy start for us, yet at the same time, as I read God's word, I'm reminded he dealt with bumpy situations an awful lot. Everything wasn't perfect all the time. So we'll do that. Again, I want to go back to the fact that you'll still have the freedom to watch the service online at your convenience as well if you don't make it here on Sunday morning at 10:30. Trying to figure out if we're going to have a sign-up sheet or not, but I'll let you know on that. But I'm excited to let you know that we're regathering beginning this Sunday, 10:30, out in the backyard area, the back grassy area, I should say. So that'll be a great thing. Looking forward to it, and so it'll be great, and we'll continue working our way through this. All right. So it doesn't. I'm not saying anything to you that is going to come across as, wow, I hadn't thought about that before. But we live in days that many of us, most of us, if not all of us, have never experienced before. The chaos that continues erupting around us, the senseless acts of violence that continue happening around us, the fact that we're slowly reopening, and yet as people get excited about reopening, we had this tragedy, this murder happen that everybody saw on social media. It's a tough time. It's a tough time right now. And I want to read to you out of the book of Habakkuk. And I'm going to give you a new word that you could perhaps begin to use in your own vocabulary. But I want to read these words out of Habakkuk chapter 1. Listen to these words, the prophecy that Habakkuk the prophet received. How long, Yahweh, must I call for help, but you do not listen? Or cry out to you violence, but you do not save? Think about that. Thousands of years ago, Habakkuk is writing these words, and yet you read these words and you'd think, it's like he's making a commentary on what's going on right now. He continues on and he says, why do you make me look at injustice? Why do you tolerate wrongdoing? Destruction and violence are before me. There is strife and conflict abounds. That sounds an awful lot like 2020 right now. It sounds an awful lot like what's going on right now. And then verse 4, therefore the law is paralyzed, and get this next line, and justice never prevails. People are crying out for justice. People are crying out for this. It seems like lawlessness is on the rise. It's crazy. Then he says this, the wicked hem in the righteous, so that justice is perverted. Folks, this was written thousands of years ago. And yet, it is still relevant today. The term I want to give you is this, and this is something that I've been going through at this time, and I shared it with the elders last night. I said to them, I have been doing a whole lot of Habakkuking lately. I've been Habakkuking lately. Habakkuking, the book Habakkuk, and I've simply made it a verb now because I've been crying out to God saying, what's going on? Where are you? We need your help. What's going on? Where are you? We need your help. We're seeing violence. We're seeing injustice. We're seeing lawlessness. We're seeing all this. Where are you? I've been Habakkuk-ing a lot. And it's okay. It's okay to Habakkuk-ing a lot. Because what's really great about the book of Habakkuk is that even though he's complaining, it's interesting, he's complaining and he knows this, that his complaint will be heard. His complaint will be heard. Folks, I wish I had an answer for why all this is going on. And yes, I could simply say it's because we're a broken people, and that's true. That being said, our God still desires his people to know that he's here. And in the midst of this erupting violence and chaos and lawlessness, we sit there and we scream and we say, where are you? What's going on? Save us, get us out of this mess. And yet, he's there in the midst of it with us. My prayer for us as a church, my prayer for us as Christ-following people, not just at this church, but throughout the world, is that we know that God's in the midst of this and that we continue to lean on him to carry us through these days. And hear me on this, it's okay to Habakkuk-ing a lot. Ask the questions, because we know this, God hears us, and God's not done with us, and he will continue walking us through this. I love you. I thank you. I look forward to seeing many of you on Sunday. Look for the email coming out very soon about different details regarding regathering this Sunday. But I miss you a ton. I'm praying for you, and may we know that our God hears us, and he responds to us, and he will not let us down. God bless you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.